don't have time. Our planet, if you looked at the UN report recently, shows that my children, the kids in my school where I taught, are not going to have a planet that is safe, that is secure, and that is healthy if we continue with gas pipelines, if we continue with the oil and gas industries buying off our politicians. We don't have time as our neighbors are dying, are suffering from healthcare concerns in the richest country on earth where we are not taking care of our own citizens. We don't have time. In 6 more years, 2024, as much as I like Angus King, I am not okay with the fact that he is taking, sir, that you are taking money from ExxonMobil. We don't have time. We live in a rigged system. I'm the only person in this race who's not taking corporate PAC, lobbyists, or fossil fuel money. That means I can stand up for Medicare for all. That means that I can actually work towards a fully renewable energy system quickly. And it means that I can work on our public education system, infrastructure, on all the things that we can have if we're not influenced by big money in politics. I'm excited to debate with you fellas today, and I hope that together as a country we unified can take it back for the people, for the working people of Maine.
Senator.
Well, I decided to run again after realizing that we're still facing some really serious challenges and some great opportunities. The challenges: the opioid epidemic that's ravaging our state, families, individuals, communities, the veterans that we have who aren't getting what they need even though it's what they've earned, concerns about health care across the state, particularly among seniors, about the future of Medicare, and some real deep problems in the rural economy based upon the loss of some of our traditional jobs, closing of paper mills over the last several years. Those are the challenges. The good news is that there are some things positive on the horizon. We just passed a comprehensive bipartisan opioid bill in the Senate about 2 weeks ago, 99-1, by the way. We can get things done on a bipartisan basis. We've talked about, we've got a new CBOC, a new health clinic for veterans coming to Portland. We're working on some health options, and the rural economy is showing some real signs of life. So all of those things I'm in the middle of. I don't want to leave. I'm going to keep at it.
Mr. Brakey.
My name is Eric Brakey. I'm the state senator from Auburn who reformed welfare and passed constitutional carry. My family has lived in Maine for 10 generations, and I've represented the people of Androscoggin County for these last 4 years. As Maine people, we're patriots. We love America and the promise of liberty, but the crooked politicians who take advantage of us we could do without. Angus, you wrote the laws governing the energy industry, requiring Maine people to subsidize select corporations that you then went to work for, taking millions from the Maine people through our taxes and our energy bills, and now you're worth an estimated $22 million. You've been ranked the richest politician in Maine. You know, there's a saying that just because you wear a three-piece suit doesn't mean you're not a welfare queen. Angus, you may dress down when you visit us up here in Maine, but we all know who paid for your wardrobe. We did. The truth isn't always nice. It isn't always pretty. Sometimes the truth hurts. But, you know, we've had enough silver-tongued politicians telling us nice lies while picking our pockets. Maine people deserve nothing less than the truth, and that's what I intend to deliver today.
All right, so what we're going to do is we're going to ask questions. We're going to start in order. We'll start with Senator King, and then the next question we'll start with Mr. Brakey. About 2 minutes if you could keep your answers to.
And in case you didn't notice, I have the clock right over here.
Nice.
So
Thank
you can keep an eye on it. Absolutely.
Nice.
All right.
Senator, I've been very disturbed about the journalist from Saudi Arabia who got murdered in Turkey. There's a balance between wanting to have good relations with the country in the Middle East, which is our closest friends, recognizing that they are despots in many ways and murderers in many ways. What should we do about that? How do you balance what's best for the United States with what is ethical and moral? How do we do that?
Well, I think, number one, you got to fall back on your values. What are our values? And our values aren't assassinating people on foreign soil, not a citizen of the United States, but a resident of the United States. Something significant happened in Saudi Arabia 2 years ago with a transfer of power. And basically this crown prince, that's his title, but he's really running things. They call him MBS, Mohammed bin Salman, has taken over. And he's very young, and he seems to be impulsive. He got Saudi Arabia into this war in Yemen, which is a bad idea, and it's being badly executed by the Saudis, and we're complicit in it, which I don't think is right. I've voted against participating in that war. He also picked a fight with one of his neighbors, Qatar, and now this. What really bothers me is the change of stories. Every time we hear, there's a new story about what happened. First, the Saudis said nothing happened. They said he left. Then they said, well, there was a rogue operation. Then they said he picked a fight. None of it really passes a straight face test. Saudi Arabia is essentially